We're back, and now it's time for Johnny's Interactive. Time to interact and get interacted with Jennifer Jane Asante.
Hello, Aisha.
Looking good.
Oh, thank you, darling.
So what are we interacting about?
Well, if you want a football team of children, then the Ghana Health Service is urging you to just have 3. I know, I got you there. They figure that this will help with population growth in the country. So, will you be willing to use contraceptives to comply?
No, I'll go the natural way. A friend of mine used it just recently before she could realize she's pregnant.
What about you, Aisha?
Oh. I want to be a president, so I intend to have about 12 so that they can also have 20. Then we'll have a lot of people in our family, then they can vote for me.
We will come back to that at the end of the show, but it is all sabotage. That's what the Synagogue Church of All Nations is telling us. Nigerian coroners say their church hostel collapsed in Lagos last year was not properly constructed. Now the chronicles of Emmanuel Adebayo continue. It's not another Facebook rant, thank goodness. This time he is establishing his religious beliefs. My name is Jennifer Jane Asante, and I'll tell you how you can join in the conversation on Joy News Interactive, which is proudly sponsored by Airtel. The time to live your dream is now, after this. Why don't you find us on social media? Look us up on Facebook with the name Joy News on TV. All you need to do is type in www.facebook.com/Joy News on TV. That same name, Joy News on TV, will find us on Twitter, where we tweet with the handle JNInteractiveGH. You can also send us an email. If Ifwa's waiting, she will read it. joynewsim@multitvworld.com, or send us a WhatsApp and I will read it. You can send it to the WhatsApp number 05401090009. If you send us a WhatsApp, remember to add your name, where you're sending it from, and we will read it in real time. If you're lucky, we just might add you to the WhatsApp group and we can have conversations with you all throughout the day. Now, I am sure you've heard it said, be fruitful and multiply. And with 7 billion people and counting, I think we've done a pretty good job with this commandment. However, in the 21st century, having lots of babies can be tricky. Some people can't afford children. So there's family planning. I'm sure you've heard of it. It's there so couples can space their children and restrict the number they want to have. Now, officials of the Ghana Health Service are urging Ghanaians to plan to have just 3. This is their appeal to check population growth. So here's the Director General of the Ghana Health Service, Dr. Ebenezer Appiah-Dentra.
Syllabus of the schools. They don't teach people to take care of themselves. I personally have been to certain schools and you ask them, have the girls, about 16 years, the menstruation took them by surprise. And so we find that we have to make it functional. Understand that there's a subject called social science, living, management and living. That one actually addresses the family education. And I think that one, that's what we need to bring it a bit down into the primary schools.
Okay, so family planning, how do you feel about it? Would you think of a family planning option to check the number of children you want to have? We hit the streets and this is what people had to say.
If you don't want to give birth to many children, then you take it. Yes.
So would you use any family planning method yourself?
And no, I'll go the natural way, which is You know when you can get pregnant. If you are a woman and you are menstruating, you know when to get pregnant. You know when you meet a man on this day, on that day, you'll not get pregnant. So why not? I'll go natural.
Why don't you want to use any family planning method?
A friend of mine used it just recently. Before she could realize she's pregnant.
I'll let my wife to use contraception.
Has she started already?
No.
How many children do you have?
3.
3. And are you intending to have more?
Oh, not yet.
So is she on any contraceptives as we speak?
No, but from here, when I get to home, I'll talk to her.
So I will let my wife use contraception because the system is too rough. Money is not in the system. When you marry, if you have 2 kids, it's all right to keep
I don't like
on.
using it.
Have you ever tried using it?
Yeah.
Did you have any effect?
No.
So why don't you want to use it?
Just I don't like it. But I'll use the natural one.
How many children do you intend to have?
4.
So after the 4, you begin using your...
Yeah, I'll use the natural one.
Yes, I will allow my wife to use contraceptives because I would want to space out my children. Of course, I come in a family where most of us are not spaced out, and it really has a big burden on my parents. Looking at that, I wouldn't want to go through that same experience. So yes, I want to give birth to 2 children, so space them up so I can gather all the resources to give them all the resources they need to develop.
Interesting views there. Let's find out which interesting views the people on Facebook have. I have Kelvin Edu, who says family planning and spacing of birth or having a minimum of 3 kids doesn't downplay God's principle of we multiplying. I'm ready to adopt family planning to control birth. We can't give birth to kids and then make them suffer for no reason. Kufo Solomon says, I will prefer the natural family planning means. Dave Wasi II says, I will cut my cloth according to my cloth. I will cut my coat according to my cloth, sorry. Naturally, you can manage your family size without the so-called family planning methods, which in the end harm people. Okay. Norbert Bill Sando Jr. says, personally, I don't agree to artificial family planning, thus using drugs and other things to limit the number of children, but I think people should be allowed to produce the number of children they want. We can, however, control that naturally without any drugs or processes. Let's be natural. Najmai says 3 is enough for me. Father Felix, who has ever asked them of food for the family? Okay, someone's a little touchy. Zabs is saying the quality of life is directly related to the family size. Family planning is a good call, but seek professional advice first. Sunny Seydu is asking, are you sure? Dowley says, I think it's laudable. People should limit their birth because times are hard. And Biddy is asking, who are the officials? He sounds a little suspicious. Barry, you are naughty. I won't mind you. And Philip says, who told you increasing population is bad and negative? Now, I just want to take you elsewhere in West Africa. How about we go to Nigeria, where popular evangelist T.B. Joshua's Synagogue Church of All Nations has rejected a coroner's report indicting church leadership of criminal negligence in the collapse of its Lagos building. Now, if you remember, about 116 worshippers drawn from across the world, but mostly South Africans, were killed when the structure came down last year. The church blamed it on an aircraft that was captured on CCTV hovering around the building. Take a look.
The popular televangelist distributed this CCTV footage to the press. It shows the moment the guest house collapsed. TB Joshua claims a small aircraft flew around the area 4 times before the building caved in.
Now, after almost a year of inquest into the incident, the coroner says the building had no permits and also had more flaws than its foundation could hold. The coroner has recommended the prosecution of its church's leaders. But in a sharp response, the church has rejected the report, citing political influence on the coroner's work. People have been talking about it, so let's find out what they have got to say. You can keep your comments coming in on WhatsApp. We'll be reading those in real time. Let's go to Facebook. We've got some comments up on the wall already. Yarafik says he should just be held responsible. Who is he to reject it? Or he thinks the court is his church. Nantoma says, is he a Nigerian at all? If he is, then who dare him? After all, he's a man of God, so he should go and defend himself. God knows Billy says, let's see how this case will end. Nantoma is back and he says, I'm interested in this TB Joshua case. Famous just has his hand on his head with mercy. And James says, when it is coming, it is doing. Abeko Krento says, this case is gargantuan. No comments. Why? All right. I have comments coming in through WhatsApp. A lot of them are on the family planning issue. So I'll start from there. This one says, it's from Yakubu John from Kumasi. It says, this is going to cause Ghanaians to reduce our population size, which will help our development. At least 2 people is okay. Zyla in Hohoi says, I think the country is hard now and will become even harder looking at how things are going. So for me, 1 or 2 is enough. I'm just sorry for the polygamous marriage ideologists. And Chris from Takwa says, I prefer natural family planning. So I will give birth as far as my money can take care of them. I have someone here who wants to have 10 children. So I will not do anything like family planning because I need more children. His name is Michael Alemawo and he's in Accra. Right. Somebody thinks it's contrary to God's command of increasing the population. He also says, let's leave the man of God. I believe that's in reference to TB Joshua. It's Richard Mensah in Kumasi. And Osei Kofi from Kumasi Afrancho says, this family planning does not happen in this continent, Africa. They should forget. We go born basa basa basa. All right, I'll take just one more and move on to something rather interesting. There we go. All the way from Tamale, it's in capitals, so I have to pay attention. It's from Seydou Damba Abdullah Keita. He says, I think Joy News has to take this conversation to the traditional homes and remote areas and then listen to their interesting stories. Anyways, I agree with family planning, but not the procedures. So those are your comments on the family planning issue. Somebody has a quick comment on the TB Joshua. It's Nassar, and he says, everything happens for a reason. So the church collapsed for a reason. When we come back, we'll be skipping from Nigeria to Togo. Now, over the past few months, he has gone through some personal changes. In May, he did Facebook therapy as he spilled the beans on his family issues. I'm talking about the tall Togolese football player, Seyi Emmanuel Adebayo. Now, it's not another long rant on who has done what and who didn't do what. This time around, Adebayo has reportedly converted to Islam. Has he? Really? Take a look. Judge for yourselves.
وأشهد أن محمدا رسول الله الله أكبر الله
Has he really become a Muslim? Could this mark a new turn in his life and career? I don't know. Do you? We ask the people on the street.
Doing things on my own, and he's a man of his own. So I think it's the best for him. He knows what he is going to gain when he converts to Islam. And I think it's a religion. No religion teaches violence and stuff.
I actually think that if you convert to Muslim, it will solve the problem. The problem is you have to sit down and think about it. How he will negotiate with his family. The way you talk to them nowadays, things are hard. So they should, subside everything so that anything that they need and he have some, he can even give it to them. But they shouldn't have to put pressure on him because he also have a family.
He becoming a Muslim will not change the situation because you are born into a family, and whether you're a Christian or you become a Muslim, you are still part of the family. So it doesn't matter your religion.
It doesn't matter your religion. Was on the street. What's on Facebook? Daniel says, we give thanks and praises to the Most High. Shani says, may God help him to succeed in life. Whereas King Kofi says, freedom of religion. Abdul Malik says, may God continue granting us. King Kubo says, there goes technology for you. But remember back in primary school, when you were asked what you wanted to be when you grew up, some of you said footballer like a Devayo. Well, these children have pretty interesting dreams.
Yes, we doing the same. Ebenezer, yo, what's when you did manabe? Can I casina minting? Mate. Okay, where?
Choba. Soja. Madam, welcome
and then Choba.
My name is Christopher Champomevoso.
Okay. Interesting. We did the same thing, asking you if you managed to bag your dream job.
I wanted to become a pilot.
A pilot?
Yeah.
Why, sir?
I love planes. I love flying. I love height. Yeah. So I wanted to be a pilot, but unfortunately, it changed into something else.
So I say like I won't be doctor. Or it be like more time if I go hospital. How doctors they look for people dentists. Now I like what. So like now I won't turn into doctor.
When I was a kid, I'm asking God that I'm going to be a minister, and I said I'm going to work for God, and I'm still seeking to that plan. A pastor, understand, evangelist, understand, those kind of things, understand.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I wanted to become a pilot.
Pilot?
Yes.
Why a pilot?
I just like flying.
I want to become first man as a military.
I wanted to be a pilot, but unfortunately, it changed into something else.
What was that?
Oh, I'm into music. Into music now.
So, no, I know fee. I know fee, but money matter than those things. So Charlie, I know fee go. So right now I be engineer.
I entered into the business studies, so I'm now an accountant. So.
All right, so on Facebook, I have Edu Jemfi who wanted to be a chemical engineer. He ended up studying mining engineering. Pretty much the same thing. Junior here dreamt of being a lawyer, but he's now a chalk worker, as he puts it. He's actually a teacher. God knows Billy wanted to be a doctor, but he's in the security field. But he's still pushing towards being a doctor. And George Boateng also wanted to be a doctor, but he's now an electrical engineer. You can tell me on WhatsApp, but for now, let's find out what's trending.
So some rather interesting hashtags have been trending today. There is hashtag my question is, and then hashtag last relationship taught me. Okay, now let's go see what people are tweeting on this hashtag. Let's first take the tweet on hashtag last relationship taught me. This is from Theresa, and she tweets at Theresa Deja Vu. Hashtag last relationship taught me, if God ain't first, it can never work. And anyone who makes you feel like you're a burden shouldn't be in your life. And then next one is from Oyo, who tweeted Oyo Kote. Hashtag last relationship taught me, if he can lie to other women, he can lie to you. No one is perfect. Relationship lessons there. Hashtag last relationship taught me the kind of love stories we watch on telenovelas doesn't exist in real life. And that's a tweet from Aziz Madridista. And he tweeted Aziz Carter. Okay, let's take a tweet on hashtag my question is. This is Yao Ofusu Amwa. Hashtag my question is, why do our towels get dirty though we bath before cleaning our body with it? Very scientific, very interesting. I learned that we actually rub off some of our skin into it. Okay, final tweets on that is from Slightly Used Virgin. He tweeted retarded_DB. Let's see. Hashtag my question is, when is a Confanoche coming back? Watch out. Okay, told you they were interesting. That's more trending. And I'm Lord Harris Asare.
Aisha, I hear you wanted to become a pilot.
No, it wasn't one of my dreams.
Yeah, you said president.
Yes, president. I want to be a president. That's why I want to have 12 children. So that my children will have 20. Then my great-grandchildren will be 40.
Aisha, this needs a lot of discussion.
That I can win elections.
So we need to do this after the show.
We don't need to go to talent.
We have a message from Leslie in Accra who says he wanted to be a pilot, but you can't cheat nature. He just likes how you and I present the program each day. So
he wants to
Leslie,
be a presenter.
Thank you very much. My name is Jennifer Jane Asante.
Welcome to the job. My name is Aisha Ryan. Enjoy the rest of our program.
All right, Aisha, you say Okonfana Chia Chenti Yanko Shoshan.